Okay, Mr. Blaikie, you have 2.5 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. Canada's refining capacity has decreased drastically over the last 20, 30 years. Seems to me that at a time when we need to be looking at reducing our carbon emissions, rather than emphasizing the rip and ship model, we should be looking at how we create more employment and more value out of the oil and gas that we do extract. So, Keystone XL is not a model for that. TransX is not a model for that. What is your government strategy for ensuring that more of the value-added work in the oil and gas industry happens in Canada, rather than continuing the trend of taking more out of the ground and sending it elsewhere to be refined and upgraded?
Two very important things that came out of last year. One would be our clean fuel strategy, which it's very interesting. I mean, not only are we, our refineries within Canada going to have to retool in order to meet that standard, the Americans are already on it. There are American refineries that are already retooling their processes in order to produce product that meets the new Canadian clean fuel standard. So, that's the thing about the Americans.
So how does that create more jobs in Canada? How does that create more value-added jobs in the oil and gas sector in Canada?
Well, watch this space, because I think that we're very keen to make sure that we provide domestic supply within our own country as we meet the new clean fuel standard. The other point I was going to make was on hydrogen.
What investment? So we know that you've invested in the rip and ship model by buying the TransX pipeline and committing to expanding it. What investments have you made in value-added work in Canada?
We have $1.5 billion dedicated towards clean fuels and hydrogen.
And does that mean new refining and upgrading capacity in Canada?
Well, it could very well, yeah. That's exactly what we're looking at.
But you don't know. There's no plan on the books for that.
We have a hydrogen strategy that we just announced only 3 months ago.
Could you name a project for refining oil and gas that we take out of the ground here in Canada?
I have great faith that if you set the parameters and if you provide investor certainty, then the marketplace will come to bear. And we are seeing that happen right now globally as the market now looks to lower emissions.
So can you name a project for increased value-added work right here in Canada today?
I am looking forward to investors pointing the way and pointing to where their investments should go.
So you don't have a plan yourself then? And you're not aware of any
projects? It's a capitalist country, Mr. Blaikie. We drive investment. We provide the parameters and the certainty in order to drive investment. It will be the marketplace that makes sure that this is a sustainable change to a lower emission future.
Well, that doesn't sound like a government with a plan for value-added jobs in Canada.
Thank you, Mr.
Absolutely incorrect.
Thank you, Mr. Blaikie. We'll go now to